Hello everyone and welcome back to Tarot for Manifesting. My name is Caitlin. I'm going to be performing this reading for you today. And in today's reading, we're going to be speaking to those of you who are manifesting changes in your career, okay? Whatever that means for you, if you are looking to change industries entirely, if you're looking to start a business or turn your side hustle into your main income, all of that kind of stuff. If you're looking to manifest a promotion, specifically in how you use your time in regards to finances and money, okay? So Spirit, what messages do you have for those who have clicked on this video? In manifesting changes in their career. Okay. So, Spirit, what messages do you have for those who have been drawn to this video, who are manifesting changes in their career? What do they need to know? We have the Star. I'm going to cover her up for YouTube. Spirit, what messages do you have for those who are manifesting changes in the career? We have the Two of Cups. Determined to come out, that one is. We have the Strength card. Spirit, what do they need to hear? We have the Nine of Cups. We have the Eight of Swords. We have Judgment. We have the Seven of Swords. And fell on the floor. Okay. And we have the Death card. Juicy. Okay, and underneath the deck, for the overall energy here, we have the Emperor. Okay, let's sit with this for just a moment. Okay, I feel... Okay. Yeah. So what this looks like to me, okay, for those of you who are manifesting career changes, it looks like you have reached a point on your manifesting journey where it is time... Hang on, let's zoom in just a little bit. You have reached a point on your manifesting journey where it is time to make some sacrifices. Okay? It feels like the potential is here. The potential for your manifestation coming to life is absolutely here. But there's something that you are needing to give up in exchange for it. Sometimes that happens when we're manifesting, right? As we kind of have to, it's a journey. Manifesting is a journey of transformation with the Death card here, okay? And it's always the case that the thing that we're giving up is not necessarily, it's not a bad thing that we're giving up. It always comes down to, if we're giving up something on the way, on the path to our manifestation, it's something that was needing to exit our life anyways, right? Let's say, for example, that you are starting a business, okay? And you're wanting to make that business into your main income stream, okay? If we're going to do that, it's going to require a little bit of our free time, you know? A little bit of our free time. And it's a good thing, you know? Maybe we spend a lot of that free time doing stuff that maybe we enjoy, but it's more leisurely, you know? So let's say we come home from work and we cook dinner and we, you know, watch Netflix, right? For a few hours, and then we go to bed, right? So starting a business, just as that example, would require us to kind of give up those comfy Netflix nights and instead, you know, kind of take some time away, take some time to ourselves, and really work on the steps needed to get that business off the ground. Okay, so it's not necessarily a bad thing that we're needing to give this up, but it is something that Spirit kind of needs in exchange. You know what I mean? We have the Death card here and the Star. So this, like I said, this is a transformation. This is the end of a way of doing things to start new again, you know, to start from a clean slate. But with the Judgment energy here, this is a need to let certain things go that maybe they have served you in the past, but they are not serving you on this journey to what it is that you're manifesting in your career, you know? But with the Eight of Swords here, it feels like there's a bit of reluctance when it comes to letting that go. And the Strength card here as well. Like, it's taking whatever this is that you're needing to kind of leave in the past. It's not an easy thing to leave in the past, you know? Whether that is because it is really comfortable, like using that Netflix example, or whether it's because, you know, we just don't feel ready, right? Maybe we just don't feel ready to let it go. We don't feel like that chapter of our lives is over. But this is Spirit saying here, this is a change, a shift that's needing to be made in order for you to receive the career change that you're desiring here. Okay? We have the Two of Cups here, and we have the Seven of Swords. I'm really curious about that. We're going to come back to that in a moment. But for right now, this Nine of Cups is you being very successful at this career manifestation, okay? This is this happening. This is this coming true for you here with this Nine of Cups energy. But it's coming in next to the Strength card, okay? So once again, there are some sacrifices that are needing to be made, right? And maybe it feels a little negative, a little low energy in the moment because no, we're not ready to give it up. It's really comfortable. It's really cozy. We really like it. But this is a journey of getting uncomfortable, you know? We're starting new. We're starting from a place where we are doing uncomfortable things. We're doing things that we've never done before. And that makes us feel a little uncomfortable and makes us feel reluctant and hesitant to let go of those things, right? But this is Spirit saying it's waiting for you if you can have the strength to walk away from the stuff from back then, you know? The stuff that you were doing before you decided that you wanted this. With the Eight of Swords energy here, it feels like there is a really heavy tie to your past. Judgment here as well. It feels like this is maybe about you kind of going deeper within and asking yourself the question, am I really ready for this? Am I ready to do what it takes for this? Because the Emperor does what it takes, okay? The Emperor plans, strategizes, and then he takes action. That's what the Emperor does. What needs to be done, right? But with this Eight of Swords here, it feels like there's kind of this restraint on you in terms of doing that, because it feels like doing what needs to be done comes at a cost of something else. And it's like, I don't know if I'm ready for that. And this is Spirit saying, it's okay if you're not. But if you're not ready for that, then you're not ready for this. You know? And if that is the case, it's not a case of being judgmental towards yourself. This is not a situation where Spirit wants you to be hard on yourself or judge yourself, you know. If that is the case, where you're simply not ready to give something up, then you're simply not ready for the manifestation. And that's fine. There are, let's say, lower stakes goals that you can point your energy towards that will kind of start to prime you, you know? If it's too much, then don't force it. You know, if it's going to hurt too much, then take a step back and aim a little bit closer to where you currently are, you know? So let's go back to that business example. And let's say that you're not ready to give up Netflix on the couch, because say, just as an example, let's say that's the only time you get with your kids, you know? They're busy, you're busy, but you always have a couple hours in front of the TV at night, and that's just something you're not willing to sacrifice. Okay, that's fine. Spirit's saying that's fine. It's okay, you know? That will be the case if it hurts too much to let it go, which is what I feel like is happening here. It feels like your energy is so emotionally tied to whatever this is that you may not be ready for the magnitude of what it is that you're manifesting. It may be that you have priorities that are ahead of your career manifestation. And that's okay. This is Spirit saying you can make subtle, small changes in other ways, you know, in other ways to your career. What are things that you could do? Let's say, going back to that business example, let's say that you are you wanted to start a business, but you can't sacrifice those weeknights. So you've decided to set your sights just a little bit lower, okay? A little bit more on a manageable scale, right? And let's say that instead you've just decided to, rather than go full out, full force and create the products and, you know, start a website and do the marketing and the whole nine, let's just say that instead of doing all of that and taking on that big of a project, instead you've just decided to scale it back a little bit and said, no, I'm just going to focus on making my product right now. You know, I just want to focus on perfecting my product. And so maybe you spend your weeknights while you're, you know, watching, I'm really getting into this example here, but while you're watching television with your kids, you're spending that time, let's say, perfecting your product as well, right? So you're doing both, but it's not so high stakes, you know, it doesn't require so much sacrifice. And if, like I said, if it hurts too much to let it go, if it feels like, I'm sorry, this just takes priority over this career manifestation, that's okay. You know, you don't have to force that. But this is the time, I feel like, to have a very serious conversation with yourself about what your priorities are, right? Because whatever this is that's hanging on from the reality that you're trying to move out of, it's really hanging on. And you are really hanging on to it as well, you know? So with the Two of Cups, it feels like this is really you having a conversation with yourself and asking yourself from a very honest place, am I ready for this? Am I ready for what this takes? Am I ready for the sacrifice that's needing to be made for this? And if you are ready, if you come to the conclusion that you are ready, then this is time for you to get into alignment with yourself and say, okay, well, I'm pulling out that inner strength. I'm letting go of what I need to let go of. I'm letting go of these old habits. I'm doing things differently. I'm getting uncomfortable. This is my priority. This is what I want to do. I'm going 100%. Great. If not, and you decide, actually, I'm really, I'm not ready. That's okay too. You can scale it back. You know, you can take more manageable bites on the way there. It's okay. But with the Two of Cups here, this is you. Either way, regardless of kind of what side of the fence you're on, you are kind of ending a phase and beginning a new phase anyways, right? Because this is, even this conversation with yourself in general is a journey to get clearer on what it is that you want. It's a journey to get to know yourself better, you know? Even if this does come, even if you do come to the conclusion of, I'm not ready for this, you've just gotten to know yourself so much better on such a deeper level. This is a good thing. Okay. And now with that information, you can redirect your manifestation to something that is more achievable for you. And not only that, if this feels like it's interfering with your priorities and it's too much and it's not going to work, that is a good thing. Because if you were to force, let's say that you were to force and you were to decide to just cut out the weekdays and just go for it 100% and, you know, just stop hanging out with the kids, you know, that is going to build a lot of resentment, and that is not the energy that manifests. We want to feel good, and if it feels too bad to make these sacrifices, then that tells us that we need to kind of reorient and readjust and come at it in a different way. That's more enjoyable, that's more fun. Don't force, okay? With the Seven of Swords energy here, this is Spirit really wanting you to be careful. Be very careful about the dialogue that you tell yourself here. It may take you a week, 2 weeks to come to this conclusion of whether or not this is actually a manifesting journey that you want to go on, you know, to get that clarity, especially when we have, you know, we had a goal in mind and then we feel like it's too much and then we have all these different thoughts going on. Be patient with yourself. It's okay. Okay. But be very careful about what you tell yourself in this moment. Okay? Because the Seven of Swords is a little bit deceitful. Okay? And it lies a little. And this can really come in when we're lying to ourselves about a particular situation. If we're lying to ourselves about being able to maintain this level of commitment, and then we try to force it and do it anyways, that is not going to get us anywhere. You're much better off getting clear about what it is that you're actually satisfied with, and then going, you know, taking it from there and readjusting. Okay? Just taking this time in the next week or however long it takes you to have those serious conversations with ourselves. Ask ourselves if we're really ready for what this is requiring, and then choosing what direction to go from there. Okay? Okay. So that is all that I have for you guys. I really do hope that this reading was helpful for you. If it was helpful for you, I would so love and appreciate if you would consider clicking the like and subscribe button if you would like to see more of these videos in the future. Those are super helpful for my channel. And other than that, very good luck on this journey to you all. Thank you so much for trusting me with this reading for you today. And I hope to be reading for you again soon. Okay?